What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday, y'all. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers out there. This is Clutch here. Just want to go over a few things that I'm watching for the week, and including the earnings, economic data, and things like that. So let's get straight to it. So first of all, sorry for not being able to be on live trading all last week. I was sick. I'm still kind of sick right now, but I'm feeling better now. Um, I should be back to train live either tomorrow or Tuesday. I know you can probably hear it in my voice. I'm a little stuffy still, but yeah, I'm alive, feeling good now. So thank the Lord, and let's get straight to it. So this week on the data, Monday we don't really have much to worry about. Tuesday we have a huge CPI. Tuesday CPI pre-market. So from Monday to Tuesday, risk off, right? You don't want to be risk on swinging anything. This is risk off territory. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side. Yes, you can win big if you're on the right side, but if this impacts the market, which I think it will, um, it can move the market in either direction in a huge way. So risk off if you're playing weeklies. Obviously, if you have a little bit longer dated, just make sure you have room to add in if needed to. But yeah, Monday to Tuesday, risk off. Wednesday, same thing. We have PPI. So these days, these data points should provide some good day trading action. So we'll definitely be taking some nice day trades. And off the trade ideas, I will be posting daily. So this is just a watch. This is what I'm watching for the week. Obviously, if markets can change at any time, we are pretty overextended. Doesn't mean we can't keep running, but now you want to ask yourself, the markets, how much more can they go, right? How much more can they go? Obviously, we want to play the momentum. Whatever direction they give us, we will catch. That's why we day trade, and when we execute, right? We execute what they show us, and that's all we do, right? Thursday, we don't really have too much but jobless claims, so it should be fun. From Thursday and Friday should be risk on days. These days should be probably the cleanest days. Well, Wednesday as well. Wednesday, after all the data is over with. So Wednesday through Friday should be risk on days. Obviously, you don't want to go heavy on zero DTEs, but yeah, that's it for this week on the data. Now for earnings, you guys saw Rocket Lab last week went crazy. So ASTS, I'm thinking they might do the same thing. So if you want to lotto some calls on that, possibly be able to take some gambles on that. Size for zero, obviously. And we have HIMS reporting, Circle in the morning, pre-market, QBTS, pre-market Tuesday, SE, JD, which is China, OCLO. See what else we got this week. NBIS, that's going to be huge. Alibaba, another that we caught a nice little swing on Alibaba last week. That was a banger. Alibaba and Baidu. And let's see what else. Cisco, USAR. So there's some clean names to report this week. Nothing too crazy, nothing too heavy. Probably the heaviest one would be AMAT, which is Applied Materials, which deals with the chips, as well as like NBIS. So I will be keeping those on watch. But let's get straight to the charts. So one of the first few stocks I'm watching this week is a little bit higher risk, but I'm definitely interested in this. Right, we have this very very long downtrend. We've been holding below, right, since late 2024. Right, since we topped out in 2024, we've been in this huge downtrend, and it hasn't even participated in a market rally. So I'm watching AI since it closed pretty strong on Friday. On the weekly charts, looking pretty decent too, right? We got higher lows forming. So I'm watching for a reclaim of these previous all-time lows, which is $10, right? So we can reclaim these $10. I believe we can squeeze a nice at least 20%. I think we can get to $12 at least, right? 12 with the ultimate price target being around 14 to 15. 15 would be like the ultimate. Obviously, if she ends up going all the way back up here, that probably will take some time unless there's some crazy news, and obviously it'll shoot up. But this is looking for this is looking decent, right? Above 10, we can play some calls. Probably like two weeks out to a month because it's one of those small caps, so these things move pretty slow. Obviously, they do. Yes, a dollar move is a 10% move in a day. So I hate trading low cap stocks like this because I don't know. They just don't move as much as a train like a Tesla or CoreWeave or Spy or Meta. So AI above $10. I'm looking to play calls on this. And let's get to the other one, ASTS. This one has earnings, but I do like this. All right, it has earnings, but I'm watching this above. As long as it can stay above 75, right? These lows right here that we reclaimed. I think this is a good long setup back into the hundreds, right? So just keep this on watch. After earnings would be probably the safer bet. If she breaks above after earnings, then we can just play the continuation. Next setup I'm watching is Datadog. Right, Datadog. I've been watching Datadog since down here. All right, put in the trade ideas somewhere around here. And once we break these levels around 133, measure move of this double bottom was at least 160. Obviously, the earnings made it go crazier. But now we're at all-time highs. Datadog, right? Right, all-time highs from 2021, 2025, and we're in 2026 now. We're looking like we're about to break. So above 202 on Datadog. This looks good to continue a little bit longer, right? Datadog has a momentum, has a good catalyst behind it. So look for a entry above 202. As long as it holds 200 to 202, I think this is a good, very good long setup. So keep that on watch. Circle. This has earnings in the morning, so I'm not sure how it's going to play out. But I'm still watching this after catching this huge over the weekend swing. Right, caught this whole move. I'm watching for above 123. If we can get above 123, we already broke this big downtrend. So above 123, I'm looking to see if we can kind of play this little setup. Right, looks like it's kind of flagging here. Right, we have to move up, a little flag forming right above that trend line, right above the 200 MA. So above 123, I will look to play calls. If it gaps up way too much, then I'll probably leave it alone. So keep that on watch. If earnings are good, above 123, go long. Okay. And price target would be 135, 145, and 150. And then obviously much higher if she wants to keep squeezing. Next name on my list. Which one was it? I think I've never played this before, but I did see the setup. And the heck? It wasn't this one. It's on my list. 1 second. Nokia still looks good. Nokia, as long as it holds above 10, this is just hold 16 breaks. This thing will go up to the moon. Oh, Oracle. Can't forget Oracle. Nice play on Oracle we had last week, right? We had a 200% gainer. We caught it from this day, I believe, into this day, and we were up 100% this day, but I decided to swing full, and then we gapped up the next day and we hit 200%. So, just because it was up 100%, just I saw the breakout. I liked the volume, so I decided to just hold full position, and ended up catching a nice hold. Gapped up, held. So now watching Oracle above 200, we get above 200. This is an easy move back into 210, possibly even like 220 to 230 area. But main price target would be 210, right? 210, and we also have a gap fill around 220. So keep Oracle on watch. I know we rolled up to further out contracts. So me personally, I'm still in this. As long as we hold above 190, then it should be solid. Next one I'm watching was, I think it was Meta. Yeah, Meta. So I'm watching Meta for two things, right? We could really play this in either direction. Go down to the 4 hour. So Meta above, let's say above like 630. Above 630, we could play calls into 650, 660. Below 600, just short it back down to at least 580, right? Possibly down into the low 550s. So Meta, either way it goes, right, has a nice little drop, consolidation. So either we can get break above, or we can get this below move, right? So we can play either side, and that's what I'll be watching on Meta. And then crypto's getting pretty strong right now. So I'm definitely watching some crypto. We caught MSTR last month, or sometime, yeah, last month, early last month. So MSTR above 190. I like this above 190 into 200. If we could break 200, if we break 200 on this thing will squeeze, right? We break this 200 level right here, this thing will squeeze back into 220 to 230, right? This is a key price target. So we break 190 and you see us break 200 and we hold 200, add more or secure some profits, really up to you, so you don't freak out. But what I would do, if we break 200, I will add more and hold my full position, and I will target this 220 to 230 area, right? Obviously, we could always trim too for security, because you know nothing's ever promised or guaranteed. Trump could tweet something in a second, so yeah, you know, really up to your risk management. So you know, somebody never went broke taking profits, so it's really up to you. I personally like to add to my winners, but in the circumstances we're in, you know, you can't. You're not. No, there's no right or wrong to it. So, MSTR above 190. Watching that for calls. Apple. Apple just broke all-time high. Right. So Apple. This is a pretty simple move, right? Apple above 295. This is another main watch for a day trade. Above 295 on Apple. Let's go long. We'll target that 300. We break 300, we should see a nice little pop, or we can get a retest around this area to 287 to 288. We can watch for the retest and then go long. So that's what I'm watching for on Apple. What else did I have on my watch list, y'all? Baidu. Baba has earnings this week. Baidu, this was a huge banger this week. We caught Baidu. We actually, you know, we caught it here. We got stopped out here, and we re-entered here. We had a little longer term, and then we caught this whole move. And I took a re-entry here on Thursday, and I caught that little gap up back into this target here. But I'm not really watching it this week. Let's see what else. Oh, Tesla. How did I forget about this one? Tesla. Man, what a ride. We've caught Tesla so nasty. We were in Tesla since down here. We trimmed here. We re-entered somewhere here. And then we bought more here. And we caught this whole little rally. We actually entered on Thursday too. We entered on Thursday above that 200 MA, and we swung it overnight, and we got this whole move. That was a huge banger. But I'm still watching Tesla this week. Probably one of the strongest names out there. Obviously, it's not an all-time high yet, so above 430, let's say 432, we could target somewhere around 440. 450 being the main price target. We break 450. This is something you just hold into the 470s to 480. 470s to 480s, but you know, possibly just all-time highs. But yeah, keep Tesla on watch this week, or any pullback into the 405 to 410 area is a dip buy as well. Right. Pretty clean structure on Tesla too. Yeah, so anything around 408 is a dip buy. Any pullback down here, it's probably a good buy. Right. As long as it stays above 400, this thing is good for bullish. And let's see what else we can watch this week. I had another one. I can't remember which one. Oh, UNH. UNH has been on a tear. So UNH is approaching back into this big supply. But if we can get above 381, we could probably take a quick little scalp into that supply. Now we reclaim the supply. And we do something like this. Go long. On the first retest, go long and hold. There's literally nothing but room back into 440. Right? You get the retest, you get the reclaim, retest, and you hold. You know, this is, you know, anywhere from 10 to almost 20% move. On options, these things will go crazy. So, keep UNH on your radar. And I need to update my demand levels. Oops. And then as far as SPY and Qs, you know, we've been having fun trading other names, but you know, obviously we've been catching some nice SPX plays. So I'll update those in the chat, you know, when I'm on live. Nothing really I can do here tonight. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. Hope you guys have a blessed night. And if I missed anything, I would just send it out to the trade ideas tonight. Shout out to the team for holding it down. And also, you know, we've been catching some huge bangers all week. Oh, I forgot another main one. QCOM. Watch this. QCOM is looking massive. So, massive. Above 230, this thing will fly. All-time high break. This could pull an arm, right? This could pull an arm. So, keep this on watch. We're already positioning it. We actually got in somewhere down here, around 180. We swung 200 calls for this week. And I think they're currently up like almost like 2,000%. Obviously, just a runner. Ended up rolling up to 240s. But if we break 230, I don't think this move is done. So get ready, right? QCOM is kind of shaping up like ARM. ARM is actually on a watch too. If we can pull back one more time, right? We get a red day in the market or whatever, and we can pull back into 180 to 190 area, I will look for a swing, right? If we could do something like this, boom, right? So keep ARM on watch as well. But yeah, you guys have a good night. God bless. Peace.